Oh man, this video is gonna be a tragic one, but before I start it, look at the guns. Y'all see how I'm coming. But nah man, this video is extremely important that, you know, for the ones that want to start a brand, the ones that's currently building a brand, even the ones that got motion with their brand, this is the reality, right? That 99% of the brands you see out there right now in the marketplace, they only have a shelf life of 4, 5, maybe even 6 years tops. Maybe only 1% to 3% of the brands that you currently seeing. And this isn't the brands I'm saying like Kith or Supreme and Bape or something like that. I'm talking about the brands that are like, you know, these cute little ATL Quan fucking flare pants with the dye, you know, sweatsuits and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like them type of brands, they only have such a limited run that they about to go on. So let me break this down on like autistic level, just for anybody on here, even if you have a single digit IQ or somebody that's extremely competent and smart, they'll be able to get exactly what I'm saying. Because I try to break things down to where, like, if my son at 6 years old can't understand it, then I don't know the topic well enough. So let me just break this down. When it comes to clothes and music and just the arts, right? It's the universal currency because it's what makes the world go around. But what people fail to realize is that it goes literally like this, and then it comes down, and then it's a new wave, and then it comes down. It's like almost like a bell curve, but it's just like, just imagine just like a wave, you know what I'm saying, in the waters. And this is a wave right now, and just imagine like a lot of people is in this wave, and these are all like brands. But then when it comes down, how many people gonna get in that next wave? You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be a lot of people because everybody else is going to flatten out. And that's how it is when it comes to music, not just running a brand, just anything that's creative overall. Like, let's break this down, right? You don't wear the same fucking clothes that you wore freshman year than you did at senior year of high school. You're not wearing the same clothes that you wore the first day of senior year of high school, even right now at 23, 24 years old. Those were all like pivotal times of like history. Those were different eras. You might have had on the Supreme joint. You might have had on this. You might have been wearing some old Rick Owens and Raf Simons. I don't know what you was wearing or whatever it may be. Now, all of those brands I even just named, like, of course that they're still going and stuff, but just imagine when it comes into like a new wave of like independent brands and just what the market is trending on right now. And right now the market is trending on like this whole like Quan fucking ATL streetwear with the little dye and the glitter all over the hoodie. And I'm just like, bro, that shit is not about to last. Now, there's going to be brands that got brands off of those trends that will be able to last, but overall as a whole, it's not forever. And I really want you to sit back and think about that and like even close your eyes and just remember, what was I wearing freshman year of high school? Was I wearing that same shit my senior year? No. Why is that? Because if I was wearing that, people would have thought that shit was whack. You know what I'm saying? Like I was keeping up to date with the trends. So then even at 18 to 23, you're not dressing the same. It's nothing but currents of waves. So rather than looking at what's trending, why don't you just come from an authentic place when it comes to building out your brand and you just like, man, fuck that shit. I'm going to make something that's real to me. I'm not worried about the trends. I'm not even thinking too far out. I'm just going to make something that's dope with me. And whatever is dope to me, right? I'm just going to buy a byproduct of that. I'm going to attract somebody that resonates with it, because the people that buy from your brand is nothing but a reflection of who you are. So me sitting there putting out just dope shit after dope shit after dope shit, that's dope to me. Somebody out there that can resonate with the message, if the message is like has pure intention behind it and I'm not just trying to make some dope clothes, you know what I'm saying? That's when the whole entire game starts to like shift for you. So like even for me, when I first started my brand, I was all over the place, you know what I'm saying? I was extremely like chaotic. I was trying to do this. I'm trying to do all over printed sublimation t-shirts. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to do that. As soon as I just cut off everything, I was like, what do I want this brand to really represent? What do I want this brand to really reflect of me? You know what I'm saying? I wanted to reflect my upbringing, my life. You know what I'm saying? Things that I've gone through, the good, the bad, the ugly. you know, my views, my perspective on religion, politics, all these other things, that's when everything shifted for me. And then I put out my first piece. And it took about like 18 months. I wouldn't say my first piece, but my first winning piece product. And that was about like 18 months in. And then that's when everything just like shifted for me. And it was just like overnight, just like boom, you know. And that's how success is, you know what I'm saying? It's non-linear. You can be doing something for an extremely long time and be at 0. And then one day you just had like 1,000 off of just doing one little iteration. But that's a conversation for later. But when I come back into majority of these brands that you see don't really follow after them because their shelf life isn't that long. Yeah, you want to make something that's somewhat relevant, but you don't want to make something that's extremely trendy, if that makes sense. So right now, it's not even about designs and stuff no more when it comes to like streetwear brands and stuff. It's more so coming down to like the garment itself. So for like an example, back in the day, I could get away with like selling a crew neck just like this, and I still can to my core audience, right? But now it's all about this. Like, let me show you this, because I just got samples all over the place. Now it's really coming down to just how the garment is. But y'all see that? It got the Jesus Jesus face all in the camo. Like, this is what it's about now. You know what I mean? So you can catch eye of that and be like, okay, let me make something that's like extremely dope. You know what I'm saying? Just when it comes into the garment, when it comes into me sourcing out the right products or whatever it may be. But, you know what I'm saying, you just do not want to chase nothing trendy, because everything that's trendy out there right now, I can almost guarantee you in 4 to 5 years, it's going to be something else. And everybody that's wearing all this glitter on their fucking hoodies and studs on their hoodies and they dyeing the hoodies and shit, that shit is going to be played out. I give it 4 years tops. Once Gen Z is off to some next shit in the next 4 to 5 years, it's going to be a totally new thing. Like I said, though, there is brands that will last, right? There's like a small percentage of brands that will last, like just off of grabbing the trends. But me personally, I don't recommend going to grab the trends, because every single person that I've seen, and remind you, I've been in this game 10 times the amount that you have been in this shit. I've been doing this shit for 10 years, coming up on 11. I've touched millions of dollars. I've helped a ton of brand owners, you feel me? But when it comes down to, when I look at these brands and just damn, somebody's calling me. What? One sec. Fuck.